Will the next Android update be Android Quesadilla? I will be sure that nobody ever reads your comment before that. Already have an S10, a 1998 Chevy S10. I always wanted one of those when I was in my teens, and yeah, no comment. Wait a second, my dad has an S10, I forgot that. Trusted sources say that Jaime is apparently out of jokes, and trusted sources are right. And that's right, it is that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocketnow, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap, your comments for last week. So on Monday, the topic was the Samsung Galaxy S10. There were leaks of the probability of triple cameras. I asked you what you wanted to see, and we had 806 comments. What I would like to see from the Galaxy S10 are fast software updates. In caps lock, as if I hope they actually read this, because yes, definitely, that would be great. A price less than $1,000 would be a great place to start. Oh man, I wish that this trend of phones getting more expensive would be to a certain degree stopped by consumers not buying them, but the problem is consumers do. Although the Samsung S9 has an amazing design, the S10 need to completely change it. No matter how good the specs may be, it will not appeal to consumers if the design does not change. You know, this is something funny, but I actually like Samsung's design ever since the Galaxy S6. I don't really mind that it hasn't really changed much because, number one, there's not really much you can do with a phone lately. I mean, everything else is gimmicky. Number two, you guys don't remember what Samsung came from, so I'm actually worried to see them experiment. On Tuesday, the topic was the iPhone 10 Plus. There are rumors that it's going to support the Apple Pencil, and I asked you, what would you think about that? We had 425 comments. Wonder how the Apple Pencil will work. Don't think it's worth it for you to carry it around. Samsung does it best with the S Pen inside the phone. So here's the thing, yes, Samsung does it best with the S Pen inside the phone, but the functionality of the Apple Pencil, it kind of warrants the size. This is a truly artistic product, whereas the S Pen can, but is not as good. I don't know if you get where I'm going. A stylus for what? So gimmicky. From a guy that actually uses stylus for way before iPhones actually killed them, I actually like the functionality that they add. I like how it adds possibilities to the Galaxy Note 9 with the S Pen. I love using it on the iPad Pro. It's probably one of my favorite tools, so yeah. Why would I need a stylus when I have 10 of them in my hand? Steve Jobs was ahead of his time. So here's the thing, you don't need a stylus. That's the point. You actually only add it if you need it. Whereas, yes, you buy the Apple Pencil if it provides any functionality for you. And I love having the option, even though, yes, half the time I don't need it at all. So then on Wednesday, the topic was once again the Galaxy S10. I asked you, after all the rumors of a self-healing display and 5G and this and that, what did you think about that? We had 337 comments. It's not about who gets 5G first, but how it performs versus 4G on a daily basis. I do have to agree with this. It's great to buy a future-proof phone, mainly for consumers that buy products early, and I feel 5G, that transition is going to be a lot easier than LTE was, because to a certain degree 5G depends on LTE, and it's this really interesting play. So I do agree that it's not important who does it first, but the cool thing is that whoever does it first will, again, give you more bang for your buck. The Galaxy S9 already has the fastest LTE speeds, so without 5G, without be a problem. And yes, the self-healing display would be a bomb. And I'm sorry, dude, I have a hard time reading this, but I'm trying to get your point, and I assume that what you're trying to say is that we should stay the way we are, which is not the way technology behaves. I'm not worried about my device having 5G just yet. It took service providers 4 years to establish a reliable 4G network, and it's still not great. Plus, watch them start charging premiums for a service that you will only get to maybe 10% of the time for the first 2 years. Dude, that is a great comment. That is a good point. The biggest problem is not the technology, it's what carriers in the United States charge and how bad it is deployed. I hope this changes again. The cool thing about 5G is it's not like LTE. It's actually a lot simpler than what was required from LTE. So I actually have great expectations for it. Then on Thursday, the rumors are that Apple might be finding solutions to bring Touch ID back, and I asked you, what did you think about that? We had 428 comments. Touch ID under the display is the way to go, because it's going to be simple, fast. Now bring back the headphone jack. Oh man, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I do hope so. For me, it's just so annoying. There are times when I don't want to be using the charging port because I need to charge my phone, and oh god, it's just the worst. The iPhone should have both Face ID and Touch ID. You know, I do totally agree with this one. I love Face ID when it's winter, when I can't take my gloves off, at those cases, but I prefer a fingerprint scanner most of the time for everything else. So I would love the blend of both indeed. I think the Touch ID is more convenient, but not at the winter in New York. Totally agree. See, that's the biggest problem about fingerprint scanners, the fact that you have to, use your hand, and if you're wearing 2 layers of gloves, which we actually need to do so here, yeah, it makes sense. And then on Friday, the topic was the OnePlus 6T, and this was hot because, first of all, yes, the OnePlus 6T must be great, but apparently it's coming to T-Mobile for a very aggressive price tag, and they're calling it the flagship killer. Again, 567 comments. OnePlus 6T Mobile. I had to read that like 3 times to get the comment, but yeah. OnePlus is doing something right. Dude, tell you this much. I love every time that I have a meeting with OnePlus because they are really open to feedback. Whenever, I was surprised when I met the company CEO, and he immediately came over and he was like, dude, thank you for your videos. Thank you for your feedback on the camera. We're working hard on it. And just to know that the company is so humble about their products is great. And now to see them evolve, and now to see the possibility of a US carrier, I'm actually happy for this. I do feel that OnePlus deserves more spotlight, and that's probably the best way to achieve that. OnePlus 6T plus T-Mobile at $550. Goodbye Samsung, hello OnePlus. Yes, definitely. It's really hard to just buy a phone outright in the United States. Credit is extremely important in this country, and therefore I feel that having a carrier to support you, to help promote your product, is probably the best way to go. I feel that that's going to be a great mix, but then again, we just hope that the rumors are true. We'll see. Friends, again, thank you so much for watching. If you want your comments to be featured, number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow me on social media and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.